right, hey YouTube, we are back. Hope y'all are having or have had a blessed day. This week on the channel, we are buttoning some things up with the body, the inside. Our goal here is to take this body off one more time. We don't want to take it off anymore, so we're trying to button everything up and get it ready and sent off over to Ty's shop so we can get that cross member fixed, put the new transmission in. So what we're doing in here now is getting everything finalized so we can paint the inside of the cab and the front clip, so it'll be done and ready to rock and roll. So we're just buttoning a few things up, what those things consist of. And last week the Camaro had died and I couldn't find the charger, so we actually started on a few things, but the first one being is the plug for the charger, charge the battery. We got to cut a hole in the back to mount that in so we can charge the battery itself. Here's kind of just the little bracket that we made. Real simple and easy. It's going to be fiberglassed onto the body, and we're going to actually face ours down because just for a cleaner look, I didn't want to put this popping out the side of the car in the back. We're hoping this works out, but this little bracket's just going to be fiberglassed into the car inside of the body. You really never see it, but and then that'll poke through the body, and then you'll be able to charge your battery there. And then we've thrown the tubs back in there. So with the tubs, we had to make some adjustments, and we had to kind of finalize these because we did, if you remember in one of our previous videos, we did some work on this quarter into this roof line here because that car started to squat, obviously, and the tire got close here. So in turn, our tubs were done, cut, fit, finalized, complete. But now that we made that adjustment here, we had to make some adjustments on the tubs. So that's another thing. And most often what they do is they just put like a sealer, kind of a filler in here where that tub meets the body here to kind of hold that in place. But we just want to make sure that these stay as flat as possible and it's as level as possible, if you will. So we're just going to throw this in here. We made this just a little bit more time consuming, but either way, this will just kind of like a rest that'll go up underneath the tub here on the inside, obviously. Kind of see here. Let's get up on here. So this will kind of land something like that, be fiberglassed into the body. And then just a little lip so we know exactly where it was level and landed on before we run that filler down. This you're actually never going to see. We're going to run that filler over top of it. You'll never see it. It'll be fiberglass right inside of the body. Along with that, we also got to finish up the tail lights that are going to go in here. So we got to finish making our little brackets, fiberglass those in. Let's see, we got to do our master shut off. We got to drill the hole back here for the master shut off to come out, mount up. That plug that we're talking about is going to go right here. The very first thing we just showed you is I want to pop it in right here outside the wheelie bars there, so you'll never see it. That way we don't have to put a hole here or hole on the side of the car. Just a cleaner look. One thing I missed with the tubs too is we got to fill in the gap here. So what this is here for, obviously we're trying to make these tubs as high as you can, and I don't know if it's just a Camaro thing or if this is pretty normal with all cars, but higher the tubs go, obviously you're getting into that rear window. And most often they just kind of cut a circle out of here, but what we've done is we kind of squared it off, kind of made it look like a Chevy bow tie, just those little added details there. You probably never see it, but kind of looks like a Chevy bow tie, the top of a Chevy bow tie, both sides. But this will be right up against the window, really, for the most part, kind of held off a little bit, but it'll come down on the inside here. So we have a carbon fiber cutout. We just got to put that in there, attach it, whether we fiberglass it or whatever. We're not 100% sure how we're going to do that yet, but we got that. We're probably going to throw the windows back in here and get them trimmed out, put make sure final fitment is perfect, and then trim them out with the black paint around the edge. We actually, as we spoke in one of our other videos as well, we decided to go ahead and order some new Lexan for the driver and passenger side. We'll do the fitment with the old Lexan, but as we noted earlier, they're kind of got scratched up a little bit. So we just went ahead and ordered some more material for that. And yeah, we're going to put those on. And then with that, we'll also have, we got one more door frame. We changed it to make them adjustable so we could pull that window in and out if need be. So we got one done. We got to finish up the other. And then those can be put to the side and done. And we're also going to tint these windows, all of them really, which we didn't know when we ordered this, that you can actually buy Lexan that is already manufactured tinted. The problem with tinting Lexan with the film is that it off gases, so eventually it could bubble, which, you know, if it gets to that point, well, sometime down the road we can just order the tinted glass. But we should have kind of known that right out the gate. And they make plexiglass tinted as well, but we just didn't really think about it. So either way though, we're going to tint them, not too dark, but it'll give a clean look. And then I don't know if we'll get to this yet on this video rollout, but we're going to do the duct up on the turbos. So it's grabbing air from the front grill here. So we're going to make that all one piece back to the turbo at some point. And we got to clean up the attachment here on the front clip that goes onto the chassis, but that can be done later. This can be painted really at any time. It comes on and off pretty easy. So I don't know if we'll show all that on this channel, or not channel, on this episode, but it just depends on how much content we have doing all this. So we'll see. If we get to that point, we'll also show the body coming off and spraying it and throwing it back on, and how it looks all said and done. So we'll see where we get on that, but that's kind of what we're going to be working on now. So we're going to get to work. Alright, so let me fill you in with what I'm about to be doing here. So we're going to add a little additional support up here. So we've got the body mounts here to the chassis, but with the draft that's going to go over this car, I mean, this car is going to be running almost 200, right around 200 mile an hour plus or minus. And there's going to be quite a bit of draft coming with running up and over. So just for an added extra little bit of support, I got these brackets. You see one there and then one right there. I actually cut them down shorter, and I haven't yet decided which ones I'm going to use. Here's the other half of it. They're pretty stout little brackets, so I don't know necessarily if I'm going to use those. Use the other one somewhere else on something else, but either way, we're going to add a bar. I got some 3/8 bar chromoly, and I'm going to make a pattern go across here, and then I'm going to bend some chromoly tubing that goes across there just for an add a little bit of extra support up top on the roof line there. So that's what we're going to start with now, and we're going to start cutting the cardboard, and we're going to get it all in there.
So the 59-year-old has done it again. 2 wins back to back. Chavez was on a roll.
We were back in the Final Four, so I was like, this is great. And then the conditions, it started raining and that, and then you just don't know. I flew first again. You don't know if that time is going to hold or not. And as it did, boom. It ended up holding, we won again.
Pete McLeod in second, and a very happy Mike Julian.
Alright, so here it is. I didn't show me putting this together, but this is my plan. I don't necessarily know if you call this a jig or what, but this is how we're going to bend it. Here's my chromoly, here's my 3/8. It's going to go up there on those brackets there, but this is how I'm going to do it, because I don't have a bender or anything like that. So I'm going to start right here. This is my line that you all saw me cutting that cardboard out for the roof there. So I'm going to start right here, and then I'm just going to heat it up and gradually bend it all the way down until we got that radius to go with that roof line. So it virtually, it's pretty warm yet, so you're already pretty well looking at it right there. I just got to get it hot and then let it cool down so it'll stay. So that's the plan there. Just like that, we got our added support. It's in there. Something you'll never see. Something that probably not going to do a whole heck of a lot, but we got the support if we need it. Didn't put the bottom brackets in yet. I got to take it out. We're going to take the body off here. We're going to get ready to start painting the inside. And then I'll finish weld it. And then, I don't know if we're going to paint it or powder coat it. Like I said, it's nothing supposed to be pretty or anything like that. It's just added support. So might just paint it. If it flakes off, it flakes off. We can get it powder coated whenever we want. But it's in there done. Just got to finish the paint on it, and we got our added sport. All right, so as you can see, we got everything ready to rock and roll to paint the inside of the car, but unfortunately, weather's not on our side today. So we're hoping we can catch a break, because it isn't going to take too long to spray the inside. But what we're going to go ahead and do while we're waiting for that to break, it was actually supposed to rain the last 2 days, and it really didn't. But and today it wasn't supposed to rain, but it is raining. So that's kind of how things go sometimes. But either way, we're going to trial it on the exhaust cutouts, and I don't know if you can see it over there, but the bottom side of the trunk lid there, because we're going to go with the gloss black because we already have the paint, and we're not 100% sure how it's going to turn out, how it's going to look in lieu of a flat black inside. But we're going to try it because we already got the paint. We may be surprised, and if we are, we're just going to go ahead and use it because we already have it. So we're going to go ahead and trial that, and then yeah, we'll hopefully get the body off today and get it painted as well. And then it'll be the last time this thing goes on, or comes off and then goes back on. So that's awesome, and we're excited about getting to that point. Alright, here we go. And try to beat the rain here. Get up underneath there. We're going to throw this over top of it and get her painted as quick as we can. We might throw some heat in there. Probably not going to video this because inside there will mess my camera up, I do believe. But we'll show it when it's all said and done. There it is. Oh, got a bad glare over here. Oh. Looks pretty good. I think we're going to go ahead and throw her on the body or the chassis. Call it good. It's still a little tacky in some areas, but I think we can get it on there just fine. I got to get going here, so we're going to get it on there and hopefully be done with it. World's coolest fort. So the tubs are in. See here, nice and shiny. Look at that. You can see a glare on there. That looks nice. But here's the kind of the leave out that we talked about. You see there, kind of looks like a Chevy bow tie. I actually went and just put a little strip across here so it kind of stands out there a little bit and covers that cut line up. Obviously the windows are going to be tinted, so you won't see that real well anyways. But like I said, we got the tubs in. We also got the trunk pans in. We got some, we still got to do a little bit of securing there. We got to tie it into the tub here, but it is tied into the body with pop rivets all the way around. So we got to clean them up yet, but we got that in. That one's tough to see with the battery in there. But here's this one. See, it's in all the way. Pop rivets. We had to drill some holes in the bottom of this side of the bar, and we still got to pop rivet them in, but it'll hit this trunk pan and this pan here. So it'll all tie this together. So we got those in, bolted in the tail lights. And what we did with the tail lights is when we painted the body, we also painted the back side of these so they didn't look red. Wasn't a whole bunch of light shining up in here. So it actually darkened up the tail lights a little bit, and I kind of like the look. So we got that. And then I didn't show y'all, but here's what it kind of looks like with the paint on the inside. Glossy. I'm cool with it. Doesn't look too bad in there, so I'm cool with it. Actually, it looks really good, honestly, but I just, I like to see it as a flat color. But this is the paint that we had, and it looks really good. And you're, honestly, this car's going to set so low, you're never going to see it anyways, but either way. So, and then here is what it looks like from the inside. There's the tubs. Tub 1, tub 2, driver side, passenger side. And then we also got this panel in right here. And you can see over here, the tub ties straight into that panel. And unless you're paying really close attention, you won't even see the cut line between the two. And that adjuster bar there to push that quarter in and out to line up with the door if ever need be. If we need any adjustment, we put that in, and it also covers that line up too, which is awesome. And then we are going to pop rivet and tie the tub into the panel there. So that'll all be looking nice and looking like one piece. So that's in. That's what the inside of the car looks like there. And then from up underneath, there's a lot of work done that wasn't shared here. So we got, see the tubs up here, up top. That's kind of tough. You got, I can't even remember how many pop rivets that we put in through there, but you can kind of see them just a little bit down through there if you're looking close. Quite a few pop rivets. Pop rivet of the panel in back here, the trunk pan. And then the panel up here that we had a bolt. Drill all those holes, bolt them in. So there's that one. Both sides, the other one's over there. So you can see it, everything is now enclosed. So we're going to sum up a couple things. We still got to tie a little bit into the trunk pans, but for the most part, all that's done as well. So now what we've got to do is actually, let's get back up under here. So now what we got to do is right along this seam all the way around, we got to tie it into the body. So what we're going to do is a couple things here. Let's see if I got any of this. See if I can find where it's at. Here it is over here. So what we got to do is we're using this 3M, this panel adhesive here to bond. It's just a bonding agent. It'll dry, harden, and we'll run it all along that seam there. And I'm hoping this bottle will last. It doesn't look like it's going to for both tubs, trunk pans, and all. But this is 75 bucks right here. So this stuff isn't cheap. But we're gonna run some tape all along the joint on the outside where the carbon shows. So all along through here on the inside, all along up under here. I don't know if you can hardly see that, but run some tape on that backside so this stuff isn't running through and getting on that nice pretty carbon. And then we'll run this all the way down the joint. And then after that, we'll take some fiberglass and we'll tie it in over top of this. And then I'll probably clean it up, spray it a little bit. But this will make it really rigid and help out with the structure of the body as well there. So that'll be nice. But here's what it looks like from this side. I don't know if you can see it very well. Pretty dark in there yet. Oh, and another thing that we did, put these side louvers on too. So these OG original side louvers, tied those in. I think it looks really cool. But we got that done, and now we're going to be moving on to filling that seam and getting all that done. I've got to get it done this weekend, because next weekend it's going to tie to get that bar right there fit for the new transmission. So we got to get the motor back out, because like Ty says, there's a lot of tie and there's not a lot of room. So this has got to come out. This is where he's got to be to do that work for the transmission. So we got to get all this off and out, unfortunately. But it's part of it. It's how the cookie crumbles. And we're going to make it happen for him, because he's going to make it happen for us. So, yeah, we'll get to work on sealing that joint up. All right, got it all taped all the way around. And got a ton of bracing in here just to make sure that everything's level. So when it dries, it seats up where it needs to be. So this tape isn't the prettiest in the world, but it's just to prevent from it getting on the outside of the tub on the carbon and making it look goofy. So I didn't video it just due to the fact that I couldn't really, kind of a tough area to get to and tough area to video at the same time. Dad done put the sealer all the way here. You want to throw me that light? Put the adhesive all the way around on this side already. Kind of see down through there. So it's all the way around. You can see my makeshift bracing. So that'll set up, and then once that dries, we can throw some carbon on it, or fiberglass on it, and let that dry, and then these things will be in there for good. Here's a little sneak peek before the glass goes on. Nice bead all the way around. Alright, so that's a wrap for all the tubs and getting this thing ready to rock and roll to take out for the next step in the process and getting it to ties. But just a couple other things that we threw together here before we put it on the ground. Obviously, we took out all the little temporary supports that we had on the inside with the tubs, so all the wood and everything's out of there. We just kept that in there to keep it all level. But either way, that's all out. So interior is virtually done, other than that panel there, obviously what's going to go under the transmission, and then we're going to block this off a little piece of carbon there too, so we don't block just a little additional smoke and stuff that comes out of there. But we wrapped all the edges all the way around, and that trim came all the way up and around the whole body for the most part, underneath and the back side as well. And then we also, I don't know if I'll be able to get the door open here, but we also put like a little piece of stainless all the way down on the rocker there to kind of help hold this, because this fiberglass is really thin right here. So that'll help prevent that from breaking there. What else? I think that's about it. And then we just went ahead and throw the wing on. We got the wing back, got it painted. It's not all secure, but we just kind of wanted to get a look at it. But it's painted to match the car now, so looks really good. Now, next step in the process is fun stuff. It's time to start breaking it back down. Once again, we're going to go ahead and pull the motor to give Ty a little bit more room to get the transmission out in there, and everything adjusted and fit the right way. So after that, I mean, we're going to be looking pretty good. And while it's there, we're going to do a couple other things to get ready for final assembly, really, hopefully, other than finished paint. So that's a wrap for this week. We hope you all enjoyed it. Once again, like always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please help us out with that. We're having we want to get a few more subscribers and people to tune in, and we don't get to roll these videos out as much as we want, just because obviously we got our day jobs as well, and time doesn't always allow for us to be editing videos all the time. So we do the best that we can to get them rolled out as quickly as we can, but the more people that we get subscribed and following the channel is definitely going to help us out, and it's going to give us the opportunity to hopefully roll more videos out. So we're videoing every time we work on it for the most part, and we got plenty of footage to put some videos together, but we need y'all's help to like and subscribe and share, hit that notification, all that good stuff, so we can get a little bit closer to getting this car out on the track and showing some really cool content. But either way, the little subscribe button's there in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, like we always note. And yeah, it really helps. Everyone helps, so we greatly appreciate it. And like always, God bless. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Peace.